Hello, and my name is Andre Theodore, and I am going to show you how to install Windows 2008 Server R2. So let's go ahead and click on Settings. Make sure Server R2 here is highlighted. Click on Settings in your VirtualBox Manager, and as you see here, I'm in the General tab, and I have everything in Setup. It says Microsoft Windows, version Windows 2008 64-bit. Click on System and make sure the boot order is set to CD first, then hard disk, and then go ahead to storage, and you want to make sure that you're booting from the correct drive. Click on the CD icon here, and I am going to boot from my D drive because I'm actually using the Windows Server CD. If you're using an ISO, you might want to use the host drive A. So go ahead and click whichever drive you want, but just for this tutorial I will use host drive D, to boot from first. So now that I'm all set up here, I'll click OK, and then I'll click Start to start the machine. And as the machine starts up, I'll click here to capture. Remember, I'm doing everything inside VirtualBox in a virtual environment. And as the machine starts up here, I want to show you something. This process will go as fast as your own computer. What I mean is, the more powerful your computer is, the faster this will install. Go ahead and click capture. That's capture to capture my keyboard. So this is it. This is what I wanted to show you. This error code 0 by 00000C4. That's way too many zeros. And this guru guy here telling you a critical error has occurred by running the virtual machine. I am sure many of you have encountered this while trying to boot Server R2 on VirtualBox. So just click OK, and let's get down to solving this. So as you highlighted your R2, right click on it, go to Settings, and make sure you're on the General tab. In the basic section, under the General tab, I want you to go to Version and click on it. And here you see the different version of Windows. Obviously, we selected Windows 2008 64-bit because that is what we are installing. Windows 2008 Server R2. Just the same as if you're installing Windows XP 32-bit, you'll select Windows XP 32-bit version. You see there are many different modes here, but the people at VirtualBox would like you for this install to select Windows 2012 64-bit. You can select Windows 8.1 as well. I have tried this. This has worked for the install, but just for this tutorial we select Windows 2012 64-bit, and then just click OK. And then just go ahead and start the virtual machine again. And you're off. You could have pressed F12 to select boot device, but we had already selected in our settings to boot from our D drive. So now, as we adjusted our settings to fix the error, in a moment we would see some balls circling around and around here, indicating that Windows 2008 Server R2 is indeed installing. And again, this will go as fast as your current machine, as powerful as your laptop is or desktop. And there it is, as we predicted. as we go ahead with the install here. Here's the Windows Server 2008 R2 setup screen. Leave the language as English United States. Time and currency. Let's go for, you can go for Caribbean. Time and currency, there's English Trinidad and Tobago. Leave the keyboard input as US and go like next. And you would see here install now, and also here you will see repair your computer. We don't want to repair anything, we are doing a fresh install. So we're going to click install now, let that load. And here we will select which version of 2008 R2 we would like. We would like an enterprise edition because we are going to set up our server to work in the enterprise environment. And we will not select enterprise core because this is more like a command prompt interface. We have to install everything from scratch. We will select just R2 enterprise standard here. R2 enterprise because this one has a full GUI and wizard and everything, whereas core is like working from the MS-DOS environment. So click on enterprise and select next. Accept Microsoft terms and agreement and go ahead and click next. And here they are giving you two options: upgrade install, custom install Windows only. Again, we are not going to upgrade anything or try to repair anything. We are going to do a fresh install, so click custom. And here at this point we have to format our drive, but before we do that, let's create a partition. So to create a partition, click on new, and here I will make it small, say about 5 gigs. We just make it that size only for this tutorial. When you click new and you set the size in megabytes, click on apply. And here is our partition. And if you don't know what a partition is, or what we just did, if you have a large room and you want to make it, you want to divide it up into different spaces, you could put a wall straight across the room, and now you have 2 rooms because the wall just became a partition in the middle of the room, dividing the room into 2 for you. And that is just what we did here. We divided our hard drive into 2. We just kept one bigger and one small. So now we're going to click on the bigger one to install our operating system one, and then go ahead and click next. Don't worry about formatting this one as it. When we boot into Windows, we could do that. So go ahead and click next. Make sure the big one is highlighted. And here Windows will be copying files off of your ISO or CD, whichever one you choose. Even it will copy the files of your USB flash disk if you booted with a flash disk. Now it says getting files ready for installation. Okay, so now the setup process is almost finished, and the computer will restart. During this process, the computer will restart several times. So just let it go ahead and do its thing. Do not press anything here, let it just boot on its own. And here we are at the Microsoft loading screen. If you had pressed a key when it was asking you to press a key there, it would have gone over the same process. It just went through. So now setup is updating registry settings. continue after it restarts again. So it will automatically do this on its own. And there we go. Let it start on its own. Do not press any key. Back to the Microsoft loading screen again. And we're almost there. And now setup is preparing your computer for first use. This is similar to this part of it is similar to the Windows 7 install. And now this is different from the Windows 2008 standard, Windows Server 2008 standard edition. So now it's going through the post setup security updates. Now it's upgrading DirectX. And you can note this as one of the differences between Windows Server 2008 and Windows Server 2008 R2. This part of the setup process. It is also installing Windows malicious software removal tool. All of this is extra features 2008 R2 comes with. Right now it's launching the WPI wizard. This is it. And here we are at the activation screen. So I'm going to scroll down and click on exit. We must change our password before logging on for the first time. Type the password you wish. Alright, and now Windows is preparing my desktop. So that's it. Here I am on my Windows 2008 Server R2, and just to show you, I go to computer, right click, properties, and here it is, Windows Server 2008 R2. And now, if we go to start computer, remember earlier we partitioned the drive and we didn't format it. So as you can see the difference here, my C drive says local disk C, and it has the description of its size and how much is being used, whereas my D drive is not formatted, so it doesn't have a description like my C drive. So Windows has made this simpler to format. So all we do is just double click on the drive, and it will ask you if you would like to format this drive before you can use it. And of course, the format disk, and yes, formatting will erase everything on the drive, so we don't have anything on it. So you can go ahead, and the capacity 5.46 gigs. Leave the file system at default. The allocation size, leave that at default as well. And quick format here is checked for you already, so just go ahead and click start. Here's our warning, and go ahead and click OK. And this doesn't take no time at all. And there you go, format complete. Click on close here, and this is inside the drive. So now you see we have a description over here of the size, how much is being used and how much is free, just like our C drive here. And that's it. This has been your install of Windows Server 2008 R2.